Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is sponsored by Toyhax.com. Toyhax is your one-stop shop for reproduction decals for vintage G1 Transformers and upgrade decals for your modern box. Weaponry for your figures from the Toyhax Armory, and great-looking backdrops for your display from Toy Stages. When you visit Toyhax.com, make sure and use my monthly promo code to save 15% off your order. That's 15% off when you use my promo code right here. So visit Toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. Toyhax, making Transformers look amazing since 1999. Tell them Patriot Prime sent you. And now, on to the video. The feature bot in this video is 1988's Transformers Generation 1 Autobot Pretender Sky High. Now, Sky High hitting the toy shelves in 1988 meant that he arrived a little too late to appear in the animated series. Actually, he didn't even appear animated in a television commercial. He didn't even have his own television commercial. But he did appear in Marvel Comics in issue number 40, where he was pretty much just a background character, and he really didn't do much for the rest of the series. So there's really not much of a background I can give you on Sky High. Now, he is part of the Wave 2 of the 1988 Pretender series, which all had these animal motifs, and he's actually pretty cool. So now, without further ado, let's take a look at this awesome Generation 1 Transformer. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews.
They call me Patriot Prime, showing what's new. Transformers reviews with a heartfelt view. Adding stickers, breathing life to dreams.
Now we'll start things off by taking a look at Sky High in his Pretender shell, which, as the norm with the Autobot Pretenders, is a human in an armored suit. Now, the Pretenders that came out in waves, each wave had an air-based, land-based, and sea-based robot inside. Sky High is the air-based, and I will assume that this animal is either a hawk or an eagle because that looks like a beak. And as usual, the Pretender shells are usually really well sculpted. You can see the eyes right here, there's the beak, lots of nice sculpted details there for the abs. He's got the belt, he's got the knee pads. You can see the different armor pieces. Now the back is never as well painted as the front, but there's still a lot of nice sculpting. You got the air hoses right there, and I guess those are jets or thrusters on the legs. Now, a problem with the Generation 1 Pretender shells, there was a lot of paint applications on these shells, and man, as you can see, the paint can chip pretty easily. So maybe at some point I'm going to attempt to try to paint that beak again, but still, he's not in bad shape for such an old figure. Now, he does come with some accessories. The first one you'll notice right here is the helmet. Another thing with Wave 2 is Wave 2 Pretenders had a full helmet, where the Wave 1 Pretenders only had half a helmet. So you only saw half of the human face, and there was a little half helmet that went on top, like Cloudburst here. Forgot his name for a second. So, taking a look at the helmet, lots of nice detail on that. I do like the fin there on the back. Taking a look at the Pretender head. Man, that's about the most generic human you could get. As a red-head or orange-headed dude. He's got orange eyes, orange eyebrows. Yeah, not much to look at with that head. He also has a blaster right here that is very well detailed and very important to the vehicle mode. And then he has what's called a scythe, however you say that, but that is the rotor blades for the helicopters. We'll go ahead and take that off as well. Now, articulation for the Pretender shell, it's a Pretender. The only thing he can do is the arms can do a complete 360, and that's it. Now, of course, the gimmick with the Pretenders is the Pretenders hide the Transformer inside. So to open up the shell, what we're going to do is remove the belt, which is on these little clips, and then we just simply take the Pretender shell apart, and out falls the robot. Now you can go ahead and assemble the Pretender shell back together You can put the helmet back on. We'll set him to the side and transform the inner robot, moving the arms out, flipping out the feet, and there you have Sky High in his robot mode. And as usual with the Pretenders, he's a pretty basic bot, and he's a very skinny looking bot, maybe to make him more aerodynamic. Bring him in for a closer look. He's got a really good face sculpt. I just wish they would paint the visor. They never painted the faces on most of the G1s. The face and the visor or eyes are always the same color, but that's a really good head sculpt. Lots of nice sculpted details as well. And that is about it. Now, the robot mode has a lot more articulation than the shell. The arms can do a complete 360, and the legs can move back and forth. And of course, that is it. Now, you can arm up the inner robot with the blaster from the Pretender shell. With the shell, he holds the blaster with the larger peg. The robot holds it with the smaller peg. Just put that in his hand. And now you have Sky High all armed and ready for battle. And you got the 2 toys in 1, which was the play feature with the Pretenders. So now let's get Sky High transformed into his vehicle mode. Remove the weapon. You're going to bring the arms up and then squeeze the arms together over his head, just like so. Fold the feet down and rotate the legs back. Now you have to use the accessories. You're going to take the blaster here, plug that in on top backwards so the barrel is facing back, and then you have the scythe, put that in the top, and there you have Sky High in his helicopter mode. And that is a very weird looking, I will assume, Cybertronian helicopter. You're using your imagination with this. Now, unfortunately, the rotor does not spin. It's just kind of pegged in, so you can turn it if you want, but I wish there was like a little extra gimmick or something in there to make that spin. You know, like a lot of the Transformer helicopters, you can at least make the rotors spin around. I guess it looks all right. It's got a big Autobot insignia right there. It's got a blue cockpit that has no paint chips, which looks great. Flip him upside down. He's a robot doing a yoga pose. So, yeah, I mean, the vehicles weren't great with the Pretenders. You used your imagination, but still, it was cool. You had a Transformer that hopped out of the shell, turned into a vehicle, and you had 2 figures to play with to fight the Decepticons. So, there you go, guys. There is Transformers Generation 1 Sky High. And now, for some quick size comparisons, here's 1988's Transformers Generation 1 Sky High with Generation 1 Optimus Prime, Generation 1 Wave 1 Pretender Cloudburst, Generation 1 Wave 2 Pretender Splashdown, and I think they did a much better animal motif with him. And for our modern figure comparison, Power of the Prime's Skydive. 1989's Transformers Pretender Sky High is an okay Transformers toy. There are much better Transformer figures out there. The Pretenders never really got that much love because compared to some of the other Transformer figures, these guys were simple and kind of lame. But the whole gimmick with them was the fact you got 2 figures in 1. Now, back in the day, I don't think Pretenders were that popular as a toy, but thanks to Marvel Comics and over the years, the Pretenders have been quite sought out, and there's a lot of people that I know really would love to see a better modern take on the figures. Hasbro has tried some Pretender figures lately, but they're really not Pretenders. They're just figures based on the Pretender shell. So just imagine what a modern Pretender would be like with today's modern technology. So guys, what do you think of Transformers Pretender Sky High? Let me know in the comments below. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you're in any position to help out the channel, I do have a super thanks button, and I also offer channel memberships. And I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to all my current channel members because it is your support that helps keep this channel going. Once again guys, this is Patriot Prime signing out. Hooah!
They call me Patriot Prime, showing what's new. Transformers reviews with a heartfelt view. Adding stickers, bringing life to dreams. In this small town, nothing's as it seems. They call me Patriot this small town, nothing's as it seems.